All right, check 1 2 3. All right, cool. So we're about to go forward here. I'm just setting up some last minute things here before we keep on going. Happy Monday, everybody. I know that not everybody's excited to be back to work on a Monday, but hopefully you'll have some time to come and chill and hang out as we go through the rest of the story mode here for Star Wars Squadrons. For those who play Star Wars X-Wing, I'm sure you've seen all the notifications already for the XWA, or the X-Wing Alliance. They just posted the update to the points document for all the points here for X-Wing, the X-Wing's miniatures game. Definitely go check it out, xwa.life. Really interesting stuff that they did. They definitely nerfed quite a few things. They also buffed a lot of different things as well. So definitely go check it out and get some X-Wing games going. Go for me where I can't go. So update on my laptop. I thought originally it was a software issue, but it ended up being a hardware issue. I believe it was my motherboard is failed, and I have to get it replaced. So I'm working on trying to get that fixed or replaced. It's going to take me a while though before I can get that going. So, but yeah. But in the meantime, we got some Star Wars Squadrons here, and I'll get started here pretty soon. As soon as I finish posting here really quick. And we'll go forward here. Alrighty. Alright, awesome. So let's get the story mode going. Alright, where we last left off, we were Titan Squadron for the Empire. We went out to a New Republic prison, and we broke out a agent that gave us some information regarding Project Starhawk. So they are now hunting for the rebels and what exactly is Project
Carol
Starhawk.
said she was bringing in one more pilot, I didn't know what to expect. I've been flying a long time. This wouldn't be the first squadron I've seen compromised by nepotism. But you did well today, pilot. Most spy extractions end with significantly more casualties. If the team had any reservations about you joining Titan Squadron,
Well, thank you.
Put them to rest. Now let's go. Captain Carroll is waiting.
Yeah, so Gray was the pilot that they showed in the original trailer for Star Wars Squadrons. He had an amazing trailer where he basically was left behind by the Empire as they were retreating from a battle, and he had to go on a one-on-one duel with an X-Wing pilot.
Agent Thorne may not have
Pretty
known
awesome.
the precise location of Project Starhawk, but the intel has pointed us in the right direction.
Then we will proceed as planned.
Oh, hello. Captain, is this the new pilot?
Yes. A valuable addition to the squadron, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Marvelous work securing Agent Thorne. You've exceeded your previous statistics by... Oh, forgive me. I'm so familiar with your profile that I forgot we haven't actually met. I'm LT-514.
Odd that he forgets, even though he literally has like an entire, like, I don't know, 100 terabytes of information that he could store in there.
Captain Carroll, shall we proceed with the briefing?
Yes, let's. Alright, let's see who we're bringing down now.
Agent Thorne's intel has paid off. We've learned that a convoy of New Republic engineers is traveling from Hosnian Prime to Project Starhawk's secret base. Their charted path leads them straight through the contested territory of De Severo. According to our new information, the convoy will attempt to conceal its presence in a local debris field. Follow the convoy through the wreckage and allow them to jump to hyperspace. We will calculate all possible destinations along their trajectory to find Project Starhawk. You must not be detected. We cannot risk losing this convoy. Local Imperial forces have been advised not to interfere. Once the convoy is clear of the debris, it will leave the system, pointing us toward their hidden headquarters. Once we have their jump vector, return to the Overseer and prepare for immediate redeployment.
Yeah, but what if the rebels made more than one jump? I mean, what then?
I've already contacted the Imperial authorities at Desevro. They're aware of the situation.
You're certain he won't interfere? My records indicate that Captain Amos is trigger-happy, to say the least. His fleet is already in ruins after initiating several battles that were frankly quite unnecessary.
Sounds like a
Captain
great
Amos
Imperial
is
commander.
enthusiastic. I'm hoping he's not a fool. The Empire can't afford to lose assets at this stage in the war.
I agree wholeheartedly, Captain. After your impressive work at Hosnian Prime, this should be an effortless mission for you, pilot.
Yes. My faith in you was not misplaced. Make sure it stays that way. That will be all.
Alright, well, let's get on to the hangar, which is this way. Probably got a few jets waiting for me. Oh yeah, we get to fly the big boy. The TIE Reaper.
It's good to see Admiral Sloane's spy network is intact. We can't operate in the dark. Half of the Empire's fracturing is down to commanders operating in isolation, without a grander strategy.
Mm-hmm.
They forget
Very true.
we're all one empire, or should be. Perhaps annihilating this Starhawk will bring us together. You see Admiral Sloane's overall goal, yes? Unify, purify, and inspire. When we defeat this new republic, we'll have survived the Crucible and come out stronger for it. On to bigger things.
It's amazing to me how, how crazy, the Empire had fragmented all their stuff, because only a select few Grand Animals knew of gosh, what's the name of the operation? Anyway, it was special operations that we saw at the end of Battlefield 2 for the PS4, where Operation Cinder, where the Empire burned down systems that were that were part of the Empire, but that had been deemed to have failed in protecting the Emperor. And we get to see a little bit of that in the Aftermath books.
Mission should be painless for us, but stay on your toes. You never know what cheap tricks the rebels will pull.
Cheap tricks. Ha.
Desevro. Long way from civilization. I haven't seen the Outer Rim since the insurrection at Kriego. Well, let's get to it then. Get to your tie.
So yeah, so we get to see a little bit of that play out a little bit in the Aftermath books, where Gallius Rax recalls a conversation that he has with Palpatine about what happens to the rest of the chess pieces, or the equivalent of Star Wars chess, when they lose the king, and the Emperor responds with, well, the rest of the pieces should be executed for failing to protect the king. And that's kind of the base philosophy for Operation Cinder and stuff. And then meanwhile, you have other Grand Admirals like Admiral Sloane, who tries to unify what's left of the Imperial remnants, because there's so many. The Empire fractures, so where everybody has their own factions, and they want to be, the head of the Empire at that point, fighting for position. And she's really the only person that has that can lay the claim to try to unite the vast majority of the Imperial Navy, because she still has a control of a Super Star Destroyer, and she does manage to rally a great number of the Imperial Navy under her command, with the help of Gallius Rax. But man, and that all leads to like the Battle of Jakku. It definitely was a really interesting story. Wish they could put that in like animation or live action.
Project Starhawk. A vendetta with Lyndon James.
Vendettas.
Take it from me. Nothing motivates like betrayal. I've
I really-
seen too many good pilots. Friends turned traitor. I put them out of their misery. But there's always more out there. Iden Versio. Erica Quell. Lyndon Javes. They're not just traitors. They're loose ends. Problems to solve once the war is done. We should go.
I really need to read more into her backstory because, man, I think that she's an interesting character. She dropped a couple of names, Aiden Versio, which we know from the Battlefront series for our Infernal Squadron, and Eric Aquel, another known pilot, especially if you've played the Star Wars X-Wing game. She was a TIE fighter pilot, and that eventually defected to the Rebellion. Yeah, like, I think she's interesting.
The TIE Reaper's a specialist model, made for utility and squadron support. If the enemy sees one, they know they're in trouble. With this loadout, it's built to disable enemy fighters with ion lasers. I've also equipped jamming tech to keep you off enemy radars, and tactical shields to protect allied TIEs.
Looks like I can't edit any of this, so yep, let's go. So even if you haven't seen the TIE Reaper before, this was used, first introduced in the beginning of Rogue One. We see one fly overhead, the Ring of Kafrene, as Andor is going to meet his contact who tells him about Caitlin Erso. And I've actually used this ship a lot playing Star Wars Minis. It's such a great ship. So good.
Captain Amos is bloodthirsty. He's baited the rebels into pointless fleet battles over Desevro.
And lost several destroyers by the look of it. At least his recklessness allows us to stay hidden. Stay together and keep your distance. The convoy can't know we're tracking them.
Yes, sir. Titan 3's radar jammer will make it harder for the enemy to track you. Use it wisely. Easy. Don't overdo it on the approach. They see you. We can't find their base now. The mission's lost.
Whoops. Whoops. Try that again. This time hit the button faster.
All this wreckage. What happened here? Captain Amos is bloodthirsty. He's baited the rebels into pointless fleet battles over Desevro.
And lost several destroyers by the look of it. At least his recklessness allows us to stay hidden. Stay together and keep your distance. The convoy can't know we're tracking them.
Yes, sir. Titan 3's radar jammer will make it harder for the enemy to track you. Use it wisely. We're off their radar. Let's use those debris clusters as cover and close in on the convoy. But don't boost your engines. It puts the entire mission at risk to fly.
Slow down. Avoid detection.
That's quite the convoy just to protect rebel engineers.
Why not destroy them? Stop those gearheads from reaching their destination.
Patience, Von Reg. We'll have plenty of new targets once we locate Project Starhawk.
Yes, sir. You're right. It's smarter to hit them at the source than slow them down.
Move to the next debris cluster and stay out of sight.
Alright, my shields and my guns are pretty maxed out right now.
You're approaching too quickly.
Overseer, we're in position.
Hold, Titan. Patience. Remember what we learned at the Battle of Vashar?
How could I forget? We strike when the moment is right, not simply because we can.
Attention! The Star Destroyer Tormentor is emerging from hyperspace near the debris field.
Oh no. He can't be serious. Captain Amos! What is the meaning of this?
You're letting our enemy escape, Captain Carroll. I will not show the same mercy. Fire the missiles.
We can't lose this convoy. Titan, shoot down the Tormentor's missiles.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Amos,
Jeez.
you are compromising a delicate mission.
Delicate? This is war. Snuffing out this new republic is the only mission. Destroy the missiles.
That colossal idiot.
Convoys alerted to our presence. No way We'll track their jump now.
I thought you'd let that one land and give them a scare.
Captain Amos, this is foolish. The Tormentor is severely damaged.
It's still capable of destroying a few rebel ships. Just look at the wreckage around you.
I see TIE fighters out there. Shattered, broken. Yours, I assume?
Every victory has its price.
Thank God this thing has shields.
Titan, the Tormentor is firing another missile volley.
We'll take them down. Stay focused. Stop that scatter convoy.
Strange feeling saving rebels.
Alright, I'm taking some heavy shield damage here. That was lucky. Alright, we got some shields back. Time to get back into the hunt.
Good shot.
Why, thank you.
Taking damage. Saving the rebels from Imperial missiles. If the enemy thinks we're saviors now, it won't last long. Careful, friendly fire!
What the hell is this? Oh, it's a...
Yet I remain.
Practice makes perfect. That's the last of the missiles.
Amos knows he's wasting his time. Good work, Titan. Rebel transports are headed toward the Overseer. They'll jump to hyperspace before our ion cannons can engage. You must stop them, Titan.
Titan, X-Wings on radar. Titan 3, disable the convoy ships with your ion lasers. We'll cover you. Excellent. Your ion fire is working.
Titan 3 has ionized the first transport.
Don't stop now.
Another convoy vessel ionized. Good work.
Alright, my shields are still holding. I'm trying to get around. Now, this thing is a tank, but at the same time, if I get overwhelmed, it'll die really fast, so...
Stop those transports! Captain Carrot's boarding ships are coming.
But I absolutely need to get this...
Captain Carroll, the transports have been disabled.
Alrighty, let's get some shields back.
Excellent. I'm deploying lander shuttles to board them and seize their nav data.
We'll keep the shuttle safe.
See that you do. Thanks to Captain Amos, physically retrieving the nav data is our last chance at finding Project Starhawk.
Shuttle's reached. Let's move.
More rebel fighters inbound. Destroying ionized target.
Ooh. That hurt.
Shield the shuttle, Titan 3.
Deploy tactical shields to protect our shuttles. Keep it up. Shuttle destroyed.
Excellent defense. Shields, excellent. Captain Amos, you are losing this battle.
Imperial might will always prevail.
I implore you to retreat.
Ruin my spotless record.
You are outgunned, sir.
Because you shot down my missiles. Show shall be mine alone.
Shuttle team, prepare to board. Seize the data. Find out where these ships were headed.
Boarding party has breached the transport. The data will be ours in no time.
The boarding party has breached the transport. Stand by. Not many rebels left. Wipe them out, Titan.
Jamming successful.
Enemy on my tail. Superior training at work.
Ooh, that's quite a bit of hit damage. Whoa.
Not ideal.
Lucky I was here.
Yeah, thank you, Sol. Appreciate that.
Enemy has a lock on me.
They're right behind you.
Shields up. Make it count.
Keep it up, Titan 3. We need this. One down.
Ionization successful.
Yeah, get the swarm.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And with that, the starfighters are gone. For now. Overseer ready to receive shuttle team. Titan 3, keep them safe.
Good, Titan 3.
Titan, the rebels have scrambled another fighter squadron. They're truly
Better charge up
desperate
those
now.
shields.
We'll finish off their fighters. Titan 3, defend the shuttles.
Now we destroy them.
Deploy shields on the shuttles.
Enemy down.
Shields up.
They're jammed.
Jamming the enemy.
I'm on your wing. Shuttle's hit. We can't let the rebels compromise this mission. Now it's my turn. Good work.
You need the shield.
Took a hit. I'm in formation. They're defenseless. I'm attacking.
Let's get a shield on that shuttle.
In formation and ready.
Jamming.
Perfect.
There we go. I think we only got one more left.
Our shuttle is under attack. We cannot lose this data.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go.
Target ionized. Taking her down. Good work.
There we go.
Tactical shield for you.
I'm a little worse for wear, but
The
I got both of the shuttles still alive.
Here, Titan. Good work.
Alright, 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 alright.
Data is safely aboard the Overseer. I'm decrypting it now. Captain, the Tormentor is taking heavy fire. Its destruction is imminent.
That fool! Titan, return to the Tormentor and cover its retreat.
Yes, ma'am. Call off your squadron. I don't need their help.
Then you're prepared to retreat?
Never.
You will not survive this assault, Captain Amos.
Watch me.
What a moron.
Captain Carroll, that frigate is coming apart. The Tormentor is too close.
Amos, evasive maneuvers, now!
What are you talking about?
The frigate is about to explode.
But I won.
Idiot.
He's dead. What a waste.
What a waste indeed.
At least we have what we came for.
And there we go. We see a fall of a captain.
The Starhawk dockyards, but the rest of the data banks are empty.
Engineers must have wiped the rest when Captain Amos blew our cover.
We were so close. An idiot Amos deserves to go down with his
Knowing the sector at least narrows our search. Lyndon can't hide forever. Titan, eliminate the convoy. Let Lyndon know we're coming for him.
Alright, so let's take it out. Completed mission 5 without dying. Technically, I should have gotten that medal because I just blew the cover because I boosted too fast, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Alright, so let's move it on there. Alright, Vanguard Squadron, back to the Rebel side. This looks like the dockyards that we saw at the end of the last Rebel mission. And the Starhawk. So great. If you ever played Star Wars Armada miniatures, the Starhawk is such an amazing model. I think second only to the Superstar Destroyer. It is such a great ship, though. It definitely puts out a ton of damage.
Hey, pal, over here.
Ah, Frisk.
Hey, there you are. Was looking for you back at the dockyards. Instead, I had to hang out with a bunch of engineers. They told me a whole convoy of new engineers got intercepted by the Empire. No survivors. Sounds like they had someone on the inside at Hosnian Prime. Give them all the details. As you can imagine, everyone at the dockyard is pretty spooked. I got a bizarre game plan for them later to help boost morale.
Yeah, sure.
Gotta do our part, right? Say, between us, something's up. Something bigger than missing engineers. Order ain't talking, and the boss has been shut up in the briefing room all day. I feel like he'd tell us if it was just about the lost engineers. This is something else. My money's on some kind of unfinished business. Like a dark secret he left behind when he skipped out on the Empire. Or not. What would I know, huh? Whatever it is, it's gotta be something he can't fix with a giant battleship. Why don't you head up to the briefing room? The boss might open up to you.
Alright, let's see. We've got a bunch of rebels reveling around here. Yeah, not much. Let's say hi. Hi, buddy. Alright, off to the briefing.
You're right, Lyndon. My contacts verified your suspicions. It's her.
I knew it could only be Teresa Carroll. Her mark is all over these attacks. We know her style.
You do realize there's only one reason she would attack Hosnian Prime and the engineering convoy.
She's searching for Project Starhawk. That's why I've already taken steps to stop her. Before she can find the Nadiri dockyards. Before anyone else gets hurt.
Lyndon. What have you done?
Relax, Ardo.
All I did was send Teresa a message. One she can't ignore.
Seems almost highly suspicious for a person who was ex-Imperial to be doing that, but sure.
An old protege of mine, Teresa Carroll, is leading the Empire's search for Project Starhawk. She won't stop until it's destroyed. So I've initiated a plan. I sent a message that we know was intercepted by an Imperial listening post hidden near Esselis.
What was the message?
Bait for Teresa. And now that the Imperial
No, we
post
actually
served
wanted
its
to know
purpose,
what the message was.
we're ready for part 2. If we destroy that listening post, Teresa will think we have something to hide and follow that message to the letter. Vanguard, I want you to take Y-Wings with heavy ordnance to that post in Esselis and bomb it to oblivion. A Corvette will join you to draw Imperial fire. Gunny will support and resupply our bombers. These are your targets. We've identified the receivers along the hull as weaker areas. Destroy them all. Additionally, destroy the thermal regulation systems along the exterior trench and any dishes atop the listening post. If you pull this off, we'll rob the Empire of a valuable asset, and then Teresa will fall right into our trap.
Pretty risky, but we'll leave the tactics to him.
Teresa Carroll was my second in command at Fostar Haven. She was my protege.
Mm-hmm.
She's gone from a Coruscant street orphan to captaining her own Star Destroyer. The Empire gave her everything, and she'll do anything to defend it. That's why I'm keeping certain details quiet. With Teresa in the game, any leak is a risk.
Yeah.
Just trust me a little longer. Head to the hangar. Zerelda should have your ship almost ready.
I don't think asking a pilot to trust you is the issue. I think it's the rest of Rebel Command that needs to trust you in what the hell you're doing. I mean, jeez. Alright, let's see. We're back in the hangar here. This Zerelda Keo. Let's see what Keo has to say.
When Javes talks about Carol, you can feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He must have cared about her greatly to feel such pain. I don't think it's a coincidence that the Empire sent Teresa after Javes. This feels personal. They must both be hurting. And hurt can so easily turn to hate. Hate that cannot be healed has no place in the galaxy. If fighting it has become the only option, so be it. Are you ready?
Yep. Alright, let's get into Y-Wing.
Y-Wings are built to carry bombs and other heavy explosives. It makes them slower, but they pack a punch against large targets and capital ships.
I think I'll go with menu aim. Proton bombs, let's do it. Alright, so we got a Goliath missile and we got proton bombs. Particle burst. Not much options here, really. So we need... The shields on these things are pretty good. Don't know. I think I'm actually going to go with the boost for the shields here, so I'll do that. I think I'll go with the ray shield. Ah, yeah, the slam engine. So the great thing about this is that even though it reduces my max speed, which kind of sucks with the Y-Wing, it constantly gives me a charge, so I can constantly boost. And usually that makes a big difference. So let's go ahead and go with that. And we'll launch. Now this is probably just enough time for me to complete this one here, and then we'll call it a day for the stream.
So, with the Empire eavesdropping on New Republic comms, do you think Teresa Carroll overheard everything?
She only cares about finding her Starhawk, Frisk.
Love the little details.
Sure, still. Better bomb this listening post into oblivion, right? For the safety of our new battleship, and for no other reason.
Temperance, this is Vanguard Squadron. We're closing in on the listening post now.
Excellent. Upon arrival, you should be able to overhear some Imperial chatter. You can thank Ardo and his spy network later.
Let's form up with our Corvette. It'll run interference during the strike. Slow down, Hotshot. Don't set off their defenses early.
This listening post in the middle of nowhere. How'd the boss find this place again?
He sent a message, specifically hoping the Empire would intercept it and reveal the outpost. They took the bait.
Talk about a long shot. No way he could have known that would work.
Unless the message he sent seemed so enticing, the Empire had no choice but to intercept.
What could be that enticing?
That's the thing. Jays won't tell us. But it's a seed that will sprout into a trap.
Oh, yeah.
Let's focus on this mission and worry about the details of the trap later.
All right, here we go.
You think the Empire built this listening post just to help them find the Starhawk?
This one, perhaps, but it isn't the last listening post eavesdropping on the galaxy.
Well, they do seem hell-bent on finding us. I bet the Empire cannot stand that we're building a new ship out of their old ones.
I mean,
I'll
they're not wrong.
Sensors on approach.
I love it. They'll never see us coming.
Let's make them regret eavesdropping on the New Republic, huh?
Yeah, imagine like, I don't know, let's say, imagine Canada making a battleship out of old N1 Abram tank parts.
Grace and I will take care of station defenses and starfighter patrols.
Here we go. 5, give them everything you got.
Good, you're almost there. On my mark. It's bombs away.
Alright, here we go. Bombs away.
It's a raid! Alert time patrols!
Nicely done. You're a natural 5. Now to bombard the rest of the receivers.
You need more explosives. Drop in some.
Get the broadcast system running. We need to call reinforcements.
Quick, take down those dishes.
I'll just stay here for a minute.
Target the dishes on top of the station. Empire can't call reinforcements without them.
I don't care if we're under attack. Get the broadcast system up so I can call for help.
Dish destroyed. Well done.
Man, this thing has shield for days. Love it.
Taking damage.
They took out my shields.
Alright, sorry about that. I just had some family come in. Alright, here we go. Let's get these towers here. Man, this rotary cannon does so much work, man. It's just so good at just powering through.
Is the broadcast system working? Good. I'm calling in some backup. Someone stop them. We need those dishes.
I felt that from here. Not bad, Five.
Alright, got one more spot to bomb. I think I picked this up. Yep, yes it did.
I'm on your way. Let's take them down.
Gonna boost a little bit. Oh yeah, Gunny.
That starts.
Come on, Gunny. Thank you. Alright, gonna take a moment to recharge some shields here. Man, I took a beating and yet my shield still held. That upgrade was worth it. And bombs away. Alright, just one more receiver to go.
Attack their dishes.
Boom. Alright, all the dishes are down here. Let's see. Alright, I got my shields back up. I can probably recharge some of my guns here. Just need to find where that last receiver is.
Nice work. Imps won't be calling any reinforcements today.
Alright, those two are gone, those two are gone.
Losing all integrity.
Alright, let's get some speed out. There it is. I see it. Yep, I'm definitely gonna need it.
Receivers are done for.
Alright, Gunny. Heading your way.
Enemies all over me. I'm in formation.
Regroup with me at the edge of the listening post.
There we go.
All right, Five, form up at the edge of the station. It's time to take out the thermal systems. Looking good out here, team.
Alright, thermal systems.
Hull is taking damage.
Alright, Gunny. Lead the way. Let's increase some shields up here.
The thermal systems are located in the trench circling the edge of the station. Fly into the trench, give them hell.
Alright, all we gotta do here is just basically do a bombing run here. Alright, that's one down. That's another one down.
Get that rebel bomber away from our thermals.
Hi, TIE Fighters. Alright, here we go. Next one.
If you run low on explosives, Gunny can restock you.
Thank you, Gunny. Oh. Alright, that one blew.
They're after the thermal system.
I think after the second one they would have done that, right? Alright, here we go. Next one.
They're gunning for me.
And here comes the next one. Alright, Gunny.
Let me reload. We got a lot more ties inbound. Our Corvette is taking heavy fire. Get in there and help them out, Five.
That was a nice proton torpedo shot. Never fails when you need,
You're in the clear.
Oh, I wasted the bombs there. Hang on, luckily she resupplied me. Alright, good.
System destroyed. Temperatures are rising.
Vanguard, the Empire's just opened a massive vent on the listening post. The thermal systems must be overloading. They're trying to cool down the core.
Regroup at the vent. I got an idea.
Vanguard 5, we need you at the vent. TIE interceptors coming our way.
Corvette still needs your help.
Where the hell is the Corvette? Alright, I'm gonna...
Taking enemy fire.
Gonna help out the Corvette here for a minute.
Corvette just lost shields. Don't let those ties do any more damage. Come on, Five. I want to see you do this.
Oh, man.
Imperial fighters inbound. The Empire's all over the Corvette. Five, get in the vent and blast that core.
Come on, Five. The Corvette can't take this. This is our last chance to protect it. No, they destroyed the Corvette. Complete the mission. For them. Alright, Five, get in there and fly carefully.
I'm going to do one thing at a time, guys. Come on. Not for nothing, that those interceptors really swarmed there. Alright, here we go. I'm going to switch the shields here for a second, mainly because I want to make sure I'm fully charged. And then I'll swap to guns.
Blow up that power core quick.
Alright, here we go. Got everything all set up here.
When you get to the core, start dropping bombs and do not stop. You won't have much time to get out once the core explodes, so be ready to fly fast. Drop your bombs, Five. I heard that from all the way out here.
Get moving, Five.
No! I got caught. I got caught. Dang it. Alright, there we go.
Way out here.
Get moving, Five.
Quick, the vent is closing.
Go, go, go.
Do I make it? Do I make it? Slam! Yes! The slam made it.
Check this out.
Woo! All right, team.
Took quite a bit of damage there.
For hyperspace jump.
Sad that I couldn't save the Corvette there, but, you know. We did what we could. And let's just boost. I gotta say, this boosting sublight engine for the Y-wing makes it so much better. Like, it's nice.
Great work, Vanguard Squadron. Our trap is set. Come on home. It's time for the next step.
Alright. Another successful mission for Vanguard Squadron. I gotta say, that was such a satisfying mission, being able to like attack an Imperial installation like that and bring down the system slowly. Like, has such great like points in the mission where you can just like really get used to it. Complete the mission in 11 minutes or less. Man, I wonder if I didn't die if I would hit that mark, because I was flying. I was definitely flying. So yeah, so that is the end for today. I will probably stream maybe towards the weekend again, but thanks for joining me for this mission, and we'll get some more Star Wars Squadron going on forward. And like I said, if you haven't seen the new updates for the X-Wings miniatures game, the X-Wing Alliance did drop today, the new points. Definitely go check that out, get some games in out there, and post your list. Definitely check it out. Also, take a look at my Discord. I have a Discord channel set up where you can join. You can put in game suggestions for anything you want to see played later on, and discuss anything you want over there as far as board games or gaming or X-Wing miniatures. Be glad to see you there and chat with you guys. And also, if you like what you see here in the content here, feel free to check out my Patreon. Any little bit helps support the channel to keep it going, and I will catch all of you later. Have a great Monday. See ya.